One of the great things about After Effects is it comes with one of the best keyers that are already on the market, and it comes with it built in. It's called Key Light. Now, I've got this sample here with this guy running, jumping in. There's a lot of motion blur there. Sometimes that kind of chokes a keyer and you get a lot of green spill or green edges or sometimes hard red edges around motion blur. Well, this handles motion blur really well and transparency as well. I'm just going to have him kind of jumping over the edge of this bush here. And we'll just do a real simple key. So let's go to our effect and then keying and then key light. And I'm just going to grab the sampler here. And this wasn't lit really evenly back here. So I want to select an area that's pretty mid-range. So we'll grab right about there. And we'll see, okay, well, let's go to our screen mat and see what we've really got. We've got a lot of noise out here, so we have to knock that down. I'll twirl down the screen mat here, and then I'll go to Clip Black, and I'll click on that, and I'll drag it to the right till all of this noise disappears off the edge here. Now, if he wasn't jumping into frame, I could probably get by with using less of that, maybe to about there, and then I would do a garbage mat around him. But being that we need to access this whole side, I need to keep cranking that up. So that's going to generate a couple other issues for us as far as the edge is concerned. We'll see that here in a second. So if I saw that there was dark spots in here, I'd pull the white down and that would get rid of that as well. But seeing that it's fairly clean there, we don't have any spill on him. We'll just go down here to our final result and we'll take a look at what we got here. And it looks like it's doing okay. It's handling the motion blur fairly well, but I've got some noise and I've got really kind of a harsh edge here. So I'm going to pull some of that down. I'll go to the screen shrink and grow, click and pull that down just a little bit till I see some of that dissipate. I don't want to go too far because I don't want to lose his ears or his fingers or anything. I'll just pull that down a little bit, maybe go to -8, there we go. And then to soften that a little, I'll just bring up our screen softness, and that just kind of brings the edge a little softer so it's not really harsh. So let's see what we've got here. We'll do a quick RAM preview. Okay. So he doesn't look too bad there. One thing is he doesn't look like he really belongs in this scene. His color is a little bit different. So one thing that's built into Key Light is our foreground color correction. And this is kind of cool. We click that, enable color correction. Now you can play with your brightness if you need to do that, or contrast. I don't think we need to mess with that at all. Reset that to 0. But what I do want is to come here to color balancing, and I like to kind of exaggerate it a bit so I can really see what I'm working on. So I grab the saturation and I crank it up a bit so that I'm kind of oversaturated, just so I can really see what direction I'm going with my color. And then I grab the X here in the wheel and I start going toward the direction that I want to go. And I can go extremely in all directions, of course. But I want to just kind of warm it up a little. And again, I'm overly exaggerated here, so I'm going a little toward the orange. Now I can just bring that back down to where it was, and then slowly bring it up so that I've got a good match. I just kind of eyeball it in there till I feel that he's closer match to where he was before. Now if I click that off and on, I'll be able to see the difference. It's very subtle, but it's enough to really make your composite a little more believable. And if you need to do a little more with the motion blur, I would suggest getting Real Smart RSMB, Real Smart Motion Blur from RE Vision Effects, and that helps a little bit more too. And we'll get into that in one of the other movies. But Key Light, it's built into After Effects. It's already there. It comes with it. And it does an amazing job, and it's one that I use as the de facto standard that you'll see in a lot of the movies.